in my head.
So I've got Rick here, and every once in a while, it's kind of one of those little behind the scenes, little short things. And every once in a while, we'll get done recording, and we'll get doing what we're doing, and we'll start talking. And sometimes I'm like, man, I wish I would have hit record on that because that's such good stuff. And so I have a list in my phone it's names that's topics to talk with Rick about. And so we thought some of these might be some really cool things to talk about. And it's just kind of a current events kind of thing. But the first thing on my list is, what do you think about Kiss canceling their Australian tour? So what do you think about that?
I have two thoughts, two reasons I think it happened. Do you want me to go ahead and say both?
Sure.
Okay. Reason number one, I think Paul's having throat surgery, vocal surgery. It's not the flu. I don't buy that. I think it's probably surgery for vocal cords. I don't know. And that's not a slam. I'm not putting him down at all. Mm-hmm. That's what I think it is. Or number two, I think it's the sales at the venue. If the sales were low, I would have a feeling that they would cancel it. I don't buy the flu thing.
I think both of those are actually plausible. I could see that because, and I think it's probably a little more the first one. And the reason why, but here's why I think it could be both. If your sales are low, and I know that Australia was huge for Kiss. There's a lot of rabid Australian Aussie fans, and they basically carried them on the Unmasked tour. Mm-hmm. That was years ago, though, and if the tickets were sagging, it would be more business smart to cancel the tour, refund the tickets that had been sold. They said they would not be rescheduled, so just cancel, give the money back, and then that way you're not spending $1 million to make $500,000. Mm-hmm. It's business. It's the music business. But the reason why I think it's more of what you have said is because not only did they cancel the tour, but they still played to the Sharks.
Yeah,
and Paul.
Yeah.
And Paul was not there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they said he wasn't there because he was battling severe complications to the flu because of the flu-like symptoms. And I mean, to me, just the Airbnb promotional thing that they did, where they basically played up on the deck in full makeup while the people went down into the shark tank or shark bubble or whatever, and the low frequencies was pumped out to which if you're a science nerd, you know attracts sharks, especially great whites and things like that. If they had just canceled their shows because of poor ticket sales, I think Paul would have still honored that commitment to that. Mm-hmm. Unless he was just to a point where he couldn't, mm-hmm. And he was only told by the doctor, according to the press release I read, to take 2 weeks off, but they canceled a tour for almost an entire month. Mm-hmm. So, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. I like your insight on that.
And I think you feel the same way I do, and I'm sure a lot of people listening to this also feel the same way. And again, this is not a slam on the band, but I think if you've been a fan of this band for so long, you learn to understand and know Paul Stanley's interview answers, Gene Simmons' interview answers. You can almost predict how they're going to answer a question or how they're going to promote a new item. And when that one press release came out talking about the flu, it it felt rehearsed, and it didn't feel true. You know, like you said, the flu, it maybe be a few dates, and then
But a whole
they
tour,
would,
a whole
yeah.
leg.
yeah,
Right.
or it would have been a few dates. We'll reschedule those at the end or make them up later. It just felt weird. And again, it's not a slam. Like you said, it's a business, and whatever they decide to do, I'll support them. But I feel bad for the Australian fans. I mean, I don't know. I feel bad for them, but hopefully some good will come out of this.
Right.